Well, go down Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, all the above. It's your boy D with some new content. Let's get into it. Today we're going to be doing a 2-month review of the Galaxy Z Fold 6. We'll be talking about the good things and the bad things about this phone. Starting off with the good things. The good things is you have 5 cameras and you have 2 screens. Also, you have 2 speakers, one right here, one right here. You have the fingerprint scanner on the side, which is not a flagship feature that's on their lower end phones, but I don't really see that to be a problem. I actually find that to be a little bit better because due to the fact is it's not in the middle of the phone and you're not constantly doing this with your phone every time you're unlocking your phone because of your oily fingers. My FE tablet has the fingerprint scanner on the side, not in the middle. Coming from the S24 Ultra and having to deal with that issue, it's a blessing not having to deal with that issue, having to wipe the screen. So the phone is tremendous in them ways, as well as being able to record different, because you can have the phone sitting on a flat surface like this, recording like this, or you can have it sitting like this and still recording, shooting videos and or shooting photos. So it has many features that a bar phone like the S24 Ultra will not ever have. The Galaxy Ultra series will have stuff that the Fold will never have. What I like about it when it's open is that you can fold it at any angle that you want and it will stay like that. You can use it like a book. You can treat it like a laptop. As you treat it like a laptop, if you're looking at videos, for example, off of YouTube, you got your content and then you can just set it down and you can watch it. So, this phone has some pretty cool perks and I love that. You can't do that with a regular bar phone. And, I've gotten off to a lot of these things that you could do with this phone. This phone is wonderful, but you don't really necessarily open it and use it all day unless you're gaming, doing video editing, multitasking, replying to emails, such and such. Most of the time you're using the phone like this. That's just the truth of the matter. It's just cool being able to look at it like this and then boom, and then really get off into what you're doing. Wonderful. Let's talk about some of the things that I don't like about this phone. Really, it's not too much. I used to think the disadvantages weighed out the advantages, but no, the advantages do weigh out the disadvantages of the phone because really I only have 3 gripes about this phone. And the 3 gripes being, one is the battery life. Coming from an S24 Ultra, once again, to this phone, the S24 Ultra has a 5,000 milliamp battery versus 4,400. 600 is missing off of this phone, so that's a downgrade when it comes to the battery. Now when it comes to shooting content, the front cameras, they're not really what's up, just to use it for a video call. The rear cameras, they're not as good as the S24 Ultras. They're not flagship material. If they were flagship material, they're like a couple of series behind, trying to save money or whatever. But for the amount of money versus the cameras, versus you can't adjust the pixels as well on this phone, there's a lot of stuff you really can't do. You begin to see the cracks and the flaws of this phone and you're like, it's not really worth the $2,000 that they were asking. $1,700 is still questionable for this phone in my opinion. But I mean, if you have the money to spend and it's burning a hole in your pocket like it was doing mine and you want to test drive this phone, be my guest. One of the other things I don't like about this phone that I noticed today is it started to make kind of like a crunchy noise where the hinge is when I move it slow. And I'm like, you can barely hear it, but it was enough to the point where I put it up to my ear and I started going like that and started flexing it. And I'm like, oh, and I'm like, yeah. I don't know what's going on there. I ain't been around no sand or nothing like that. So I'm not too happy about that one. So I'm not understanding what's quite going on right there with that. Another thing I don't like about this phone is that I dropped it a couple of times with the case on it and the case had took it upon itself to scratch the paint. Got 1, 2, 3 marks, so when the light hits it just right, I can no longer see the navy blue, but some shiny steel or titanium, whatever it is, and it gets very annoying. For the most part, would I recommend it if you have an S24 Ultra or if you have a flagship phone around more of them specs? No. If you like to game and you're consistently by a plug, sure, why not? It's a wonderful phone. But if you're on the go, I would reconsider about this phone because no matter what you do, 4,400 milliamps is just not enough to get you through the day. I'm sorry. It is what it is. After my 2 months of using this phone, I really don't recommend this phone at all. I recommend to stick to what you have because more than likely what you have versus what I have at the moment has a better lifespan. So as far as the battery goes, and it's gonna daily drive you through the day. This won't even let you make it through the day without having to, hey, I need a wall charger, I need a plug, I need to plug this up. So, think twice about before you think about grabbing one of these foldable phones, especially coming from Samsung, due to the fact is they have not upgraded that battery for quite some time, and that's one of the downfalls to having one of these phones is that the battery span is complete garbage. And that's kind of what I have a problem with. Since I work off of the phone, I need as much battery as I can. Even though you have more screen doesn't necessarily mean the more better. It's a wonderful piece of technology, but in a sense, you can get something that's gonna last all day, and you're gonna pay less money versus you paying more money, and then you're gonna get stuck with the headache. You see what I'm saying? So it all depends on who you are and what you do as a person and what you need the phone for. But I mean, this phone can perform like crazy. It's just the battery life is. I hope y'all enjoyed the content.